Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Adam Baker with the weekly weather briefing from the National Weather Service in Peachtree City. This week's highlights will include some continued storm chances today and tomorrow, possibly into early Saturday. There's a greater chance for strong to severe development tomorrow with an upper disturbance and approaching front. The main threats will again be damaging wind, large hail, and frequent lightning. The dangerous heat continues through Friday as well, though we should get a brief reprieve going into the weekend. Central Georgia may still have elevated heat on Saturday. Then we look to have another heat wave setting in for next week, though we are expected to be drier and not expecting the daily storms like we've seen recently. Here's the current conditions as of near 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. The areas outlined in orange indicate where the heat advisories are today. We can see that the temperatures are already pretty much into the low to mid 90s across most of the area. The radar, you can tell with the latest scans here, there are some strong to severe storms near the northeastern part of the state. This coverage could increase some as we go into the middle to late afternoon and early evening. And here's a breakdown of the main influencing features for the forecast. We'll see a lingering broad upper ridge across the area today and Friday with some continued moisture underneath that will allow for storm potential. An upper disturbance and approaching cold front will increase strong to severe storm chances Friday into Friday night. Then as the front continues southward Saturday, we shall see a return of mostly dry conditions and a bit cooler temps in the north. The upper ridge then strengthens to the west of the area, allowing for continued mostly dry conditions into next week, though temperatures are expected to increase and possibly allow for dangerous heat levels again by midweek. Our shower and storm chances today are a bit lower than yesterday and not expecting as intensive development, but the far northeast may have a greater chance of some isolated strong to severe. Our temps remain high today, and the resultant heat indices of near 105 degrees have warranted a heat advisory in effect for most of the area except for parts of the far north. Tomorrow we'll have increased storm chances with that upper disturbance and approaching front going into the overnight. While much of the area is currently in a marginal risk for severe, the potential may increase with future updates. The main threats will be damaging wind, large hail, and frequent lightning. Friday also looks to have even hotter temps than today, so an additional heat advisory is likely, and even an excessive heat warning is possible for areas expected to reach heat indices of 110 or greater. The cold front pushing southward Saturday will allow for some lowered heat indices in North Georgia, though Central Georgia may still have some portions flirting with the 105-degree heat advisory criteria. Sunday, however, should have all values well under. And here's a look at the trend for next week as we see heat indices moderate back to possible heat advisory levels by midweek. At least we are expecting mostly dry conditions still and not the daily strong to severe storms we've seen this week. Taking a look at the recent drought conditions, we see some of the abnormally dry to moderate drought areas expanded some in the south and east since last week. We did see some increased rainfall from June 14th into early June 15th that may improve some of the conditions, though may not mean much given the dry period coming up for the weekend into next week. Here's a look at the tropics, where in the 5-day outlook, we see a low-end chance of development near the Yucatan Peninsula, but this is not expected to impact our area. Again, here are the main summary points. Continued storm chances today and tomorrow with greater chances and intensity for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Continued dangerous heat in the next few days, then mostly dry conditions into next week with increasing temps and possibly dangerous heat again by midweek. Remember some key steps to protect from the dangerous heat. Drink plenty of water, apply sunscreen regularly, dress in lightweight and light colored clothing, and take many breaks in the shade. Thanks for viewing this week's briefing, and feel free to reach out to us with any questions or concerns.